Hello guys, welcome back to AWMFX. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, no matter where you are. So day by day, I've been spilling all my secret to you guys. So hopefully you guys can really trade properly and gain a lot of money and do good deeds to other people. All right. So today I'm gonna spill another one of my secret. All right. So what is it? So first of all, to spill this secret, you guys need to understand what is the supply and demand zone that I personally actually is my I personally prefer. Right. So there is five types of supply and demand zone. I'm gonna put the link of that video somewhere around here somewhere. All right, it's okay, you just check it out. So once you got to know how I define my supply and demand, the second thing is that we need to know one thing. Okay, so here I have my list. Of course I'm using TradingView. I have a bunch of lists, of course, Bitcoin, Dow Jones, other things. The important things is that all type of currency pair, it doesn't matter whether it's a currency pair or it's a commodity pair or it's a index pair, you need to know one thing. There are specific time frame that they how should I say, they respect more. Right, they respect more. So I give, here is an example. All right, here is an example. Actually this is one of my secrets. I like to trade Euro JPY too. So for Euro JPY, I found that it, how should I say, it respect the M30 quite a lot. Right, it respect M30 quite a lot. Of course, most of you ask me what kind of time frame I will be trading. Of course, usually I'll be trading H4 or H1, right? But I will say that for this particular pair, it respect H4, M30, and M5 very, very much. So this is one of the secret. So how should you approach this kind of trade? So first of all, you must know your supply and demand well. So if you can see that I already switched to H4. So if you look at it properly, if you know how to define, or should I say you know how to do your mapping, you'll see that this kind of currency pair, especially this particular currency pair, it respects the supply and demand zone very, very well, right? It respects it very well. And then from there, how do you approach is that every time you have something interesting, maybe it's a QML. Okay, example here is a QML. Maybe some of you cannot see. So here is a QML pattern. Right, if I switch it to small time frame M30, then you'll see it very clearly. Right, so over here what we have is a QML pattern. Okay, the price is making higher high. This is a high, low, ultimate high, and then the drop. Right, and then the drop, then the price came back. Right, of course, like what I say, that from H4, even H4, I can see that there's a QML pattern. But most of you do not know, maybe you need to switch it to small time frame. So from here, as you can see, of course, this is an obvious example. Fresh zone. How I define my fresh zone? This is my fresh zone. So the price came back to this area, touched the zone, and then dropped. So can you see it? Very nicely done. Okay, this is how I usually do my back testing and how I define my zone. Right. From there, we have to know every type of currency pair has different character. So now I'm going to switch to maybe another euro-based currency pair, maybe to euro Canadian dollar. So if you can look at this particular pair, I will say that the M30 does work here too. Quite reasonable. Quite reasonable. All right, maybe I need to find a pair that does not respect M30 so much. Here we have. So now we are looking at Euro AUD. So if you can see it properly, if you can notice it properly, that of course we define our supply and demand zone, but it does not respect it so well. So this time around, maybe I'll switch it to H1. H1 is better. All right. So if I define all my zones, like this demand zone, the price touched demand zone and then bounce back up. and then of course it reacts with the double maru and then came down, and then we have a lot of zones here. This is my supply zone, right? We need to know your, how should I say, you need to know your mapping. You need to practice a lot. Why is it mapping so important? It's because that my method that I share out is that I like to sniper. I like to find fresh supply and demand zone. So if you do not know your mapping, if you do not know your mapping, you will not know where is your fresh zone. So there is a lot of fresh zone that has been reacted like this, particularly. So now the price is coming down. Of course, this is a demand zone, right? So let's see what will happen. Maybe it will go through, and the next demand zone will be over here. It might get confuse you in this video because I'm using the same type of color. Now I'm gonna switch it to demand zone. All right, demand zone. That's why if you look at my default template, I have a lot of supply zone, demand zone, all in all different colors and wordings, so I can should I say I can separate very well, right? So looks like it's going down. Maybe it will react with here. So overall today I'm going to share with you is that two things. First is that every type of currency pair has its own particularly well behaved time frame, right? So you need to know, you need to study well. So of course here we have a lot of pairs. I believe I didn't list it out all those pairs. I have a lot of pairs over here, but every pair I've studied it very well. But just that particularly there are some pairs that of course you can see that I put some markers over there. Those are the pairs that I go through the weekend, and then I see there's some potential, and then of course during the weekend I re-study that particular pair to see what time frame is going well, and then I put it down on my notes. And when I set my alarm, all right, particularly on TradingView, when I set my alarm and then the alarm alerts me, I know at which time frame should I be looking at, right? That is how I trade, and how I approach the trading. Then of course from there I know that there is some particular time frame. Example like what I show you on the Euro JPY just now. All right, Euro JPY means that I'll be looking at H4, then maybe straight away jump to M30 and then M5. I sniper it all this way, and then I got my entry. That is my entry. Okay, so what is the advantage of doing sniper entry over here? So I'm gonna explain to you. Before that, let come back to my simple conclusion just now. The first one is every time frame, right? Every pair have its own time frame. So the second thing is that you must know your supply and demand well. Okay, here I'm gonna draw a line. My way of defining supply and demand may be different from yours. All right. Anyway, it's okay. You go back test it. All right. I'm trading based on my own experience. Of course, what was taught to me was only three types of supply and demand. Three types of supply and three types of demand. But I add on another two because I've been monitoring the market very frequently, and then I saw there is two particularly different type of supply and demand that the price always react on. That's why I added another two more. So that is the two things that you need to know. So now I come back to why do we need to do a sniper entry. So first of all is that let's assume that we are trading on H4. So particularly if you look at it, H4, all right, H4, your stop loss will be bigger. I won't say huge. Some of the stop loss is not that big. So example here, this might be 16 pips stop loss. So but if I'm able to sniper it into small time frame, all right, small time frame. So what will happen is that, of course, my stop loss will be small. Definitely will be smaller. In this case, it's just a bit of, it's slightly smaller, so it does not change anything. But in some pairs, it will change a lot. Right? It will change a lot. It will have a very, very big difference. Alright. So that's all I'm gonna share this information in this video. Hopefully you guys can get some tips or tricks on trading advanced supply and demand. And please excuse me because I just make this video out of a sudden because honestly, most of you, if you guys know that my channel, my YouTube channel, all right, not this one, my YouTube channel, right, my YouTube channel, yes, correct. So my channel currently have a 712 subscriber, and I really hopefully I can reach 1000 subscriber by end of this month. So I need you guys out there to help me out to spread out this good news. Of course, if you can see that I've been doing quite a lot of videos, and it's free of charge. It's free of charge. One of my purpose is that I want a lot of people to know that there is another way to approach the forex market. All right. So just spread the good news, and if you like my videos, please give me a like and do subscribe to my channel. So that's all for today. Thank you very much, and see you guys in another video. Bye.